Are you ready for Q&A with TNA? And get your minds out of the gutter, too. Yes, we're here.
That's
We're
amazing.
ready. We're rocking and rolling. Good afternoon. My name is Aaron Montgomery. This, I did it. I got it right. Is Todd down?
That's right.
Todd, how are you today, sir?
Besides, rain, sleet, and snow, we're doing pretty good today.
All right, good. Glad that you've got some rain, sleet, and snow. I was trying to show you outside my window here today, and but it was too sunny, too bright. The glare coming off of that. So yes, I think that is well deserved there.
I'm Corona.
Number one fan, huh? Christine, hello. Thanks for joining us this afternoon here. So to start off here, Todd, I wanted to announce some pretty exciting news coming out of the Montgomery household here.
It's a boy.
We're not having a baby. We didn't get a cat. I didn't watch Tiger King. None of those fun things. So they have officially here in Missouri announced about a half hour ago. The governor announced that public schools will be shut down for the remainder of the year. So that is interesting news. But on related news, our son's new teachers, they had a meeting with him, and he has actually graduated already this year because they decided to just cut out Common Core math and were able to save 2.5 months off of the school year. So all good, all fun stuff going on here.
The break has officially started for it then, right? So
it started. Yep. It's beautiful outside. Now it is supposed to get down into the 30s later tonight. So I might be getting that front that you're getting hit with right now.
We're supposed to have wind chills in the single digits. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? Considering on Tuesday it was 80 degrees. It was beautiful out here. And yesterday you felt that come through. And I thought it was pushing through. And, it's just going to keep coming back at it.
Yeah, we're close. We're darn close, darn it. Yeah. So, Pamela, thank you for joining us. Tanya, appreciate it. Glad to have you. And Christine says rain, sleet, and snow in northern Michigan starting last night. It's cold here. Oh man. All right. I just bought like grass seed and stuff to start getting the house. The spring's supposed to be here, darn it. So
yeah.
All right. Renee, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you checking in. All right, Dax, thank you as well. YouTube just came in, so good. We appreciate you guys checking in over there. And yeah, that does not sound good.
Nice
and warm in Florida, though, Chuck. Okay, good. Yeah, Tanya said we had to turn the heat back on. I actually turned on the air conditioner for the first time the other night. I trying not to, but it got to like 85 in the house, so there was nothing else to do, but we've turned it back off. So
nope, our heat's still on. Yep,
for sure. Jen, yep, snowing in Minnesota Metro. Oh boy. All right, well,
fun. We're gonna go sledding.
And then we've got Batman joining us. Eric, appreciate you joining us. Good afternoon. Eric, what's the weather report from Albuquerque, please? We'll get the nationwide weather done. You don't have to go watch the news now.
It seems upper Midwest, snow, rest of the country, beautiful.
Dude, you could have a green screen right behind you and you could be going like, okay, and here.
Here sucks. Everywhere else, okay.
Now you got the big view.
This also, this is all good. Right here sucks.
Right here, screwed. All right. Well, Dax says it's 92 in South Florida. Holy cow. Hot in Albuquerque, got up to high 70s in the house.
Yep. Well,
Renee said just turn the heat back on. So, all right. Weather report complete. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't put socks on, so maybe that's my problem. I should definitely put socks on, but no.
Do you have long pants on?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not.
I've made the mistake of asking if you have pants on in the past, so I meant long pants.
I do have jeans on today. I had to run into the shop for a little bit, which was weird because, even though we have the shelter in place here, there seem to be a lot of people out driving around. And Lowe's was packed. Our Lowe's yesterday announced that one of their employees had the corona, and they were still packed today. So All right.
Didn't seem to care, huh?
And I started looking around at a lot of other businesses, and I'm like, what makes the flooring place essential business and the car wash essential business and all these other things that I'm like, is that really essential business? And I think people are just like, hey, we're just going to work and see what happens. So very interesting driving around out there.
Yeah, it's really tough to figure all that out. I mean, yeah, for sure. So Rena says raining in Southern California. That's uncommon there, but I guess depending on what time of the year that's happening. So Martha, there in Texas, 73 here now, but going down to 55.
Ooh, 55. Better grab the parka.
yeah, indeed. All right. Well, we could sit here and do the weather report all day, but we came here for some Q&A, Todd.
That is true.
We need some Q&A. So where do you want to start?
For Q&A. You were going to do... You were going to make
come here for the Todd and Aaron.
You showed up for the T&A. You were going to start with how you made your made the intro video. That's what you were going to start with.
Is that where we're going to start? You know what?
I don't care. You start. You pick. I'm good to go. I'm good.
All right. You know what? Let's start one other place because I got to get myself into the right mindset. I don't actually have to go do this, I guess. Hold this up here.
Perfect.
And without any practice or anything like that. Well, we can record a new intro.
Remember yesterday? It only takes 5 minutes. I can show you right now.
It does only take 5 minutes.
I can totally. Let's wait till tomorrow. It gives you time to
totally fine, but I don't. All right, we're fine. Yeah. We're gonna
now. Oh,
fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. While
you're first, whatever.
While you're answering this, I will open up the software that I need to open up and start getting that together.
What's the best way to send a single T-shirt? I would say a polybag is going to be the best way to send it. Use any of the, we'll talk about it during our shipping training, but any of the shipping platforms that you're able to use, you're going to weigh it, you're going to label it, you're going to use a poly bag, and you're going to get it on its way. And it's going to be, $3 to $4 for a shirt out the door. So simple enough. Poly bag.
Poly bag. All right, cool. Poly bag it is. All right. So we'll cover that. Yeah. And I agree with that. Poly bag. So really what you're trying to do is keep it under a pound, keep the dimensional weight under a pound as well. So poly bags are great. I've seen people do some creative things. Fortunately, with the T-shirt, you can get it folded down pretty small. So
I've seen the roll. That's what I've seen quite a few people going with the roll, and I wanted to see how those ship because they can fit more in the bag, and then they'll put a imprinted rubber band or like the bracelet around it with their stuff on it, to hold it all in there. So those are kind of cool ways to do it too.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff there. Okay. All right. Marianne, hello. And Layla, thanks for joining us as well. Greetings. Appreciate you being here. Okay. Let's get this up here and then we'll see. This could be a crash and burn, or it could be amazing and awesome. So can you make a demo video showing how to make an intro video for StreamYard?
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So let's
how to bring it on. That's what I'm like, where's the settings for this at? Is it under a banner? What is it?
All right. So lots of different ways to do this. The way that I made the one that we started with here today is I have a little tool called Screencast-O-Matic. And I am going to, we'll move that banner. Let me move a couple other things out of the way so we can see it all. So basically it's a screen capturing and recording piece. So, and I can do all sorts of different things on here. You can see I've recorded all sorts of different screen captures. And then here's the one that I did yesterday. So I can go in and you can kind of see the edits that I made and stuff down here, cut some parts out. There was the narration, and then I added an image over the top, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's how you do it. But let's go ahead and do it from scratch here. Yeah, we'll just record. We'll record our screen. Todd, do you want to do the narration?
What am I narrating? Am I just making on the fly as we go?
Yeah, we'll just make it up as we go, and I'll overlay the graphic over the top of it, so the image doesn't really matter. So basically, you're just going to record the intro. You're going to talk, and we'll see if it actually picks up on this end. I don't really know if that's going to work, so we'll find out.
Perfect. Whatever I want to go with. Huh?
So I'm going to launch the recorder, and that'll go blank here. Narration, I'm going to turn on, and okay. So got all that. I am going to hit record. Okay. In 3, 2, 1.
So join us on April 15th at 7 p.m. Central for Shipping Made Easy, or as I like to say, Ship Happens, where we go over the complete overview of your shipping procedures from start to finish, packaging, anything we can do to help you get you in the spot you need to be in to ship products out to your customers.
Boom.
Boom.
Q&A with TNA.
Q&A with TNA. Boom.
All right. So there we go. We recorded. Now this should come back up here. So we'll edit, and there we go. All right. Now, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go to Tools here. And can you guys see? Oh, you can't see all that. It's off the edge. How do I do this? Maybe that'll work. Okay. There we go. That's better.
Pretty.
Yep. Overlay. I can do videos, but I'm just going to do an image. We'll pick this one from yesterday here for now, just to make it easy. I can size, well, come on, there we go. I can size it up a little bit and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're good there. I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to make it the whole length of the, well, maybe. It doesn't want to operate very well. It's a little too much going on, but we'll get there. Okay, so I'm going to overlay it over the whole thing. Then I can decide if I want the cursor on or off here. And the narration, I can do the volume. But then the other cool part is now I can go in here and I can add music.
Ooh.
And this is called Screencast-O-Matic for anybody that's still wondering. But we can pick something out here.
Do you have an affiliate for that, or is that just a standalone?
No, and I'm not even sure. I don't really remember if I paid for this or not. So I may have paid for this part, but I know they do have a free version too. So we'll go with Sick Beat. Let's see how that sounds.
Yeah, I want a Sick Beat in there.
And I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this on that end or not. So let's find out. We'll play here. Do you hear that?
Little.
Okay. It may reverberate a little bit, but I'll turn it up some here.
Turn it up.
Turn it up. Okay. So that can be the music. And then so basically, let's see here where we get to, I don't know what it record. Oh yeah, it did only record me.
Oh,
boom. With TNA. There you go. So, I can take and go back into my tools here. We'll do the cut. We'll cut all the way back to there. Boom. Q&A with TNA.
Oh, I like that beat.
Yeah, so we can make that longer and add that beat and use that. What was the name of that music again, so we can get that back?
Drop that beat, or wasn't it?
Sick Beat is what it's
Sick
called.
Beat.
Of course it is a sick beat. All right, so that's super quick and down and dirty. I will do something a little more in-depth here for you guys and put that over on our YouTube page. And
then, so once you have that done, how do you get that to on the StreamYard side?
So then the next part is, okay, so what I would do is, okay, I'm done with that. I'm going to name it intro, and then I'm going to just save it as an MP4 file. See right up here. Hopefully you guys can see that a little bit. And I'm going to publish that. It's popping it in my downloads folder. And then what I do is then I open that up in a Chrome tab. And let's see if I can figure out how to share that. Yeah, I still have that here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do share screen over here. I'm just going to share this screen. Okay. And this will be totally cool because you see what we're seeing in the background here. Yep, this is what. So then this is where we see all your comments.
Like Matrix.
Maybe if I actually click on it. Boom. Oh, there we go. Screencast-O-Matic in there. All right. So from here, I would basically use the screen share button down here. and I would pick that Chrome tab. And when you pick that Chrome tab, there's a little checkbox down the bottom left corner that says audio, to choose the audio. So that way, once I've done that, so now you guys can see what, Todd, you should be able to see where that's at there.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll stop sharing there. I'll do one more screen share, boom, share audio. All right, so now there's the title. And then when I'm ready to go, I just hit play, and we're there.
That's it.
I can make that only that, yeah, make that like that. It'll even play while it's just us.
Are you ready for Q&A with TNA?
There we go. So there you go. Did we answer? Get your minds out of the gutter too. Oh yeah, forgot that part.
Yeah.
All right. So
quick down and dirty overview. It looks like Christine would like you to do a more in-depth one on it. So
definitely
that's a great thing to do, and put that up there.
$150 an hour, no big deal. Get it done.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Christine.
You're getting snowed on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got that one covered. Maybe yes. Okay, covered that. What's next on the list here? Here we go. Here's the next one.
I don't know.
You said we were going to look at these beforehand.
I know.
Apparently, you meant me. You meant I was going to look at them.
Oh no! I got it on my phone.
I'm kidding.
That was a long way. You know, I opened up the other thing to see the Screenomatic thing. So
yeah, I did. You did. Okay, so here's the question, Todd. Do you think COVID-19 will be the death of trade shows? From what I've seen in the last few years, there seems to be less and less people at shows.
So I don't think it's going to be the death, because that's there. But I definitely see people not wanting to go out big crowds right away. And the thing is at least from my end, from what I've seen, is it seems like every weekend there's somebody putting a trade show on somewhere. And so having that many, people are going to pick and choose which ones they go to. So maybe not as many, not as close together. So they're going to cut down on the amount of shows, because of course they still want to, get people in there to see things. But I think it's still going to be, a tough sale on both sides of it. You've got people going to it. You've got vendors, that have to pay to be there. So are they really going to want to pay if the attendance is going to be down? So it'll be an interesting, rest of 2020 to see how it all pans out.
Yeah. It's, so I was in charge of trade shows and all of that stuff and making those decisions, 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, we were asking those questions like, is the return on investment here worthwhile? So will it be the death? I don't think it'll be the death of it. I think it will change things pretty drastically. I think, just like Dax is doing it, I think Impressions is going to do some things, MBM, all that kind of stuff. You're going to see, because a trade show is two things. A trade show is certainly the, face-to-face interaction, the touch and feel, the, get to build those relationships and that face-to-face networking. It's a big part of it. The second part of it, though, is they're content providers, their education, their, all of those other parts and pieces. So I think they're going to get a lot more creative. I think you're going to see that stuff change. I'm guessing you might, like Todd said, there seems to be a trade show every weekend right now. And so my guess is that maybe the trade shows will change to more of I'm going to really go all in on a signature event every year, as opposed to putting out, 10 shows like NBM does. I would imagine that some of the smaller shows for some of these folks, like Impressions, will probably drop off the map altogether, and they'll probably stick with their big three, I would think, which is California, Texas, and Atlantic City. These are all just guesses. I've not talked to anybody. I'm just giving you my opinion straight up. Because the other problem here, Todd, is even once things are kind of back to normal, who really wants to get on one of those little tubes and stuff yourself in there with 150 other people for several hours?
Right.
I think you're also going to see a lot of changes in the travel industry. You know, instead of having people that are traveling all over the country doing stuff, you're going to have a lot more people that are regionally based. And so, like technicians, for example, instead of one technician flying out of everywhere, going all over the place, my guess is they're going to be hiring lots of technicians to, you know, okay, you handle this state, you handle, you know, wherever you can drive in 3-4 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too. It's just, it's going to change how I think, you know, how everybody is doing anything, because you know, you don't know, you know, if people are going to show up to things. You know, like today I went out and I was really surprised how much traffic was out there and how many people were doing things, and it kind of threw me for a loop, because I'm thinking, well, why are some businesses deemed, you know, essential and can still be open, other ones aren't, and you know, some of the ones that are open, you're kind of like, well, okay. So still seeing, you know, at least here, you know, it's about 75% of the people aren't wearing masks. So, you know, even though they said, hey, they recommend for it. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, because it's weird. People don't want to go to a big crowd, you know, for, you know, fear of anything, but, you know, they'll go to the grocery store and take their whole family of kids with them and do that because hey, you know, they just don't think of it that way. So I don't know. I think they're going to see smaller, or even if they do shows, they're going to maybe not do as many days, you know, do a 2-day one, or even, you know, a 1-day one with this kind of rates to get people there, or more regional based ones. It's just going to be tough to see how this all pans out.
Yeah. And Christine makes a good point here. She says trade shows are going to really have to provide value. A lot will depend on how loyal the shows have been to the vendors and how much value is being offered to vendors and attendees.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, exactly. So, I mean, especially in our industry, you know, when you're looking at $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 piece of equipment, that's hard to do sight unseen. You know, I mean, I think there is that place where you probably do have to get in there and touch and feel it or test it. But, you know, that just means people are going to have to get creative. Maybe it's a trial program, you know, different things like that. I don't know what's going to happen. You know,
on that, here's a great example of that. If you got a piece of equipment that's, you know, $20,000-$30,000, they're going to raise the price, you know, 5 to 10%, and they're going to say, hey, if you're real serious about this, put $1,000 deposit on. Come check it out. We'll fly you out here. We'll give you a day of training with it, and there, boom. That, you know, because the amount of money that they're spending on a trade show to get everything there, set it all up, do everything, they can take that same money, get people there, and then they make the sale off, you know, a couple $100 ticket, you know, transportation ticket. So because the value that I've always found with one of the trade shows was the networking, you know, the classes, and you know, getting the hands-on of the equipment. You know, anymore, I can get all the information that I need from, you know, the company's website, through Facebook groups, through pages. So you're getting that. Networking, you're definitely not getting as much as you're in the training. You're not getting it there, but you know, as Dax is doing now with, you know, online training, you might see more of that. So maybe they are going to, you know, they're definitely going to have to figure something out, because, you know, for what's the average cost of a decent sized company to have a booth for a weekend? I'm afraid to even want to know. Am I? You know?
Yeah, I'm going to say you may not want to know that. So when I was the director of sales and marketing over at Coastal Business Supplies, the average cost of the NBM and Impressions booths, so, you know, let's say 10 by 10 was anywhere from about $15,000 once it was all said and done. That's for one, you know, so Coastal would do a 10 by 30, and you know, so floor space, electrical, staff, hotels, travel, all that other stuff, $30,000 to $45,000 a show.
Yeah, and so you've got to sell what, 80,000 on that weekend to break even on it.
Yeah, you know, I remember having these conversations with some of our reps, going, here's the deal. Your cost is, you know, here's what it's costing me, and I get it that we've got, you know, I'm not even talking about how many sales we make, but if I take this number and I divide it by the number of leads we get, tell me why this makes sense, you know. And that's why I've always been a huge fan of the DAX shows, is that the costs just are a fraction of it, you know, and they freaking feed you and stuff like that. So again, not talking down at all about any of the other ones. It's just those hard discussions are going to have to be made.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and I think
take a zero off of those real quick. You know?
Yeah. And I think the people that are going to be successful, though, the when you're talking about the death of trade shows, the death of anything, I think my opinion is the people that are going to be successful are the people that are going to go out, focus on who their actual customer is, figure out what the value is that they need, and then figure out a way to provide that value in a perceptive way. Because what I see some people starting to do right now is they're going to start they're going to start cutting costs. So, the people that are doing things, that are putting on seminars and stuff like that, they're going to ask them to take less money. I think all of that stuff is going to be a huge fail. I think the ones that invest, find the right value proposition for everybody, will be the ones that survive. The ones that just, go out there and figure out every which way they can cut costs and still put on the same show they've been putting on for years. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, because, April 15th is right around the corner.
Hey, I said back to normal because it's our new normal.
Yeah. No, I it's going to be tough, because once this all lifts, when's it going to feel comfortable? When are people going to want to invest in stuff? When are, trade shows are going to want to get right back into it? But, when are the vendors going to want to say, hey, yeah, we're ready to drop the money and go to it? And when are the attendees going to say, yeah, we're ready to drop the money and go to it too? And, from what I've seen, is like we did NBM Milwaukee last year, and that was a really small show. It was really small, and we were, able to get through that in like an hour, 2 hours. It wasn't really much of anything. So it was to think, just the amount of money that was spent to come there for the amount of attendance and the amount of that, it just didn't seem, in my eyes, worth it. And now that I know that, how much they probably spent on it, there's no way I think it could have been worth it. It was Milwaukee.
I'll give you guys a little inside scoop here. So Terry from Two Regular Guys, he does pretty much all the trade shows. I mean, that guy travels more than anybody I know. And whenever he described his show as being, a good show, lots of good buyers, we were able to talk to everybody. Yeah. The translation there is there was nobody there.
Yeah, Milwaukee, we had a good time. We found the bar across the street had some amazing food, and to go over there and have drink. We walked the show floor, I think everything but like the final 2 rows before lunch, and we got there, so we were done before 12, and then we went out to have drinks for a couple hours and came back and finished the last row, and it was a great time, just because the networking, the fun with that. But as far as show, and it's one of those where if you've been to, it's hard to go to multiple shows and not see, the same thing over and over and over, where it's just like, so when there's so many of them, people are going to pick and choose, which one are they going to go to for which thing, because you see a lot of the same stuff at each one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mean to be sounding like I'm bagging on the shows. We have, if you look outside of our industry and you look at some of the other things going on, shows and stuff like that, we have the most fantastic groups of people putting on shows. They're always trying, NBM always trying something new. Impressions always kind of really feeling what the industry needs and looking out for the industry and stuff like that. Dax caring for all the people that come there. So I do feel like our trade shows are going to survive. I just think they're going to look different.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of faith in all the people leading all of those shows. They're just wonderful people that, they all just care about, what's going on around them. It's not just about their show or the money in it or any of that stuff. So it's pretty cool that we're in that kind of an industry.
Yeah. And I think out of all of them, the one that's kind of in the best position for what's happening now is the DAX shows, because to me, they've always felt like the smaller guy feels more comfortable there. And, while everybody's on shutdown now, I've seen tons more people wanting information about getting in the business, how to do this. They're at home, they're stir crazy. Hey, I dabbled with this before. What can I do? So, hey, those are the perfect shows to go to, because you get a lot more of that. I'm not going to say lesser. How the hell do I say this? You don't get so many pushy salesmen at those ones I've seen. You don't get so many of the you're not a screen printer, you're not, a real person. You have a
Yeah.
machine, you're not a real person. You don't get so much of that. It's more of like, hey, what can we do to help you learn and help you grow? And that's where those connections are made. And it's I think you're going to see that one is pretty well, that's kind of when anybody asks me a trade show and they're new to the business, that's the one I recommend them to them all the time, because it's just, to me, that one feels more buyer friendly for somebody who's just getting started.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Okay, so Christine says the trade shows in our industry have a lot of loyalty built up, so I think that will help. So, yep, good. I saved it. I was almost going to say, what I would have said right there. All right, where are we at here? What's next on the? Oh yes, this is. I think this is, inquiring minds want to know. Why are so many people wasting valuable time out of their lives watching Tiger King?
Okay, so look at the world around you. What is really going on? Is there anything that is happening besides Corona that can bring, the country, the globe, the universe together? Not really. There's no sports going on. There's no. I saw a commercial last night for Tag. Fox is going to start having Tag. That's where we're getting to.
Tag if you have the social distance.
There are two people, I don't know, but it must have been pre-recorded, but it's Tag, because there's no pro sports on. So that's what usually brought people together was, some sporting events, some, craft fairs, something, that they could experience with a group of people. And that's just not happening. So this is our Super Bowl. This is our Masters. This is our Daytona 500. This is our World Series, our NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup. That's what this is there's, it comes around every once in a while, something that just brings everybody together in a time of need. And that's what the Tiger King fills in right now for, is that void of bringing the country together on something besides, Corona. So you're either with us or against us.
Well, you can guess which camp I'm in, but
Carol Baskins. You don't even know what that means. So that's even better.
I actually do, because I did at least spend some time that Saturday after I was recovering my hangover time. I did read about it on whatever, somewhere.
Amazing story, isn't it? So picture that in picture form, Yeah,
I was good after that. So, but I did promise that in exchange for this starting on Monday.
Yeah, so we got to discuss this. What I gonna do? Go live, or I got to send you a video of me huffing and puffing, or how do we?
I trust you.
I'm setting up for it.
If you want to, I'm going to do the first on Monday the 13th. I think I'm going to actually go do a not Facebook Live. I think I'm going to do it on Instagram, because then my wife can just hold my phone and I can do it that way. So we'll get that out there. But it's just Aaron M_STL.
Yeah, you could probably just do, since they're 1 minute long, you could probably just do a 1 minute video and post us the correct way what we should be doing these, so we have something to measure up to.
I could. That's true.
Fitness.
Okay. All right. We'll work on that. Anyhow. All right. So we covered Tiger King. Good. We got that out of the way. All right. And then we're 33 minutes. What the heck happened? We're going to get done nearly on time. Unless we said that yesterday too. All right. Last one, Todd. Where can I find the training on building an Equid site?
You can find it at Our Success Group. Let's see who's
OurSuccessGroup.com/training.
And then you could probably.
And then you scroll. You can either click on past training, or you can scroll down to the bottom. And you know what? I'm gonna actually, I'll
That's what I was working on.
Oh, look at you go.
I'm trying to. I was just seeing what.
Want to do it? I've got it right here. I'm good.
Whatever, man.
I know.
See what else was. I was seeing what else was there. That's all.
All right. So, OurSuccessGroup.com/training. And where is that?
Oh, I'm going this way with it. Or they can just go here and just buy it.
Yep. So, anyhow, there you go. And scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see it right over here. And you can click on the Buy Now button, and away you go.
Away you go.
So there we go. Perfect. All right, so we got that covered. I was trying to put it into this. So, there you go. Nice job, Todd.
I know.
You can just click on that right there. All right, Todd. Well, gosh, we actually got done a lot earlier than anticipated, even though we're still over 30 minutes.
Right? We got we got everything through there, so we're good to go on that. We've got look at that. Oh,
oh, Valerie, say it isn't so.
And I would like a
real follow that up. What did you think? You got sucked in? Do you wish you had that time of your life back?
You catch that last part? I detest reality TV, and they get sucked in. The story. It's almost think like this. The Titanic was a tragedy, but the movie was gripping and pulled you in. So it totally makes sense. And there's I got sucked into why Jack was a time traveler for on the Titanic. Because of the places that he stayed. The lake was man-made, and so it wasn't there until like 2 years later. The cigarettes weren't around until a couple of years later. Something else wasn't around. So with being a James Cameron film. Rose is actually Sarah Connor's great-great-grandmother, so he went back to save her to make sure, that Terminator didn't get us. So,
oh boy!
Look there, Janessa. I don't regret. Well, yes, best comment of the day, right there.
He wins right there. I forgot to say I watched it all last Saturday. I have so many thoughts. I don't regret watching it though.
See?
Oh boy! All right.
I walked through the living room today and I got suckered into 90 Day Fiance. Amazing. What is?
All right, I'm gonna just keep sending you all sorts of other stuff.
I just walked in the living room, like, what is this? I would totally. What show is this? I'm like, no, like really? They're like, yeah, they've never met before. They're getting married. I'm like, what? So it was going through DVR last night of stuff that was there, and there was like 30 episodes or something. I think Corey got sucked into it one night in the middle of the night and says, "Oh, let's just go ahead and record this so I can see what happens on it." And it was
Janessa, just do it. I actually promised Todd I would. So,
Cheer. That's on my list too. Cheer is on my list too.
Cheer. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, Todd, Two Regular Guys podcast happening at 10 a.m. Central Time. Terry and I will be prognosticating. I don't know. That's the best word I can come up with right now. Trying to think about, and we really want you guys to be there. Bring your thoughts, bring your information, bring your suggestions. We're trying to figure out what our industry is going to look like after this. Kind of like what we did with the trade shows here, Todd. We just want to dust off the crystal balls and go, okay. Oh God, I just said that.
You did it.
Crystal ball.
I'm gonna tell Terry you said you're gonna dust off his old crystal ball.
That's right.
Are you gonna put on the Swami headwear and?
If I had that, I would. I
hold up the thing and get
out. So that's our goal, is just to talk about what we see in the future. We're definitely seeing a lot of great stuff happening. I mean, everybody is doing a Q&A session. Everybody's doing a, Zoom conference. Everybody's, and some people are just figuring it out. And, some people like us here, we've been doing it for a while. So, we just like to mess it up and just for fun. So, it's been interesting. So we'll see, and what those changes mean, for our industry and maybe beyond. So, we're looking forward to having that conversation tomorrow. And then Small Business Saturday has moved back a few hours to 10 a.m. Central Time. Emil from anchorbookkeeping.com. He's also a CPA, current active CPA, unlike my father, who was a former CPA for 25 years. So there we go. Cheers. And so that's happening on Saturday at 10 a.m. He's going to come and share when we were talking to him last night, he mentioned to us that the information that they're getting about the PPP and some of these SBA things going on right now, not only is it changing daily, he said there's days where the information and how you go about it and what the application is, he says that it's changing multiple times a day. He said 2 days ago, he actually got notification of changes 4 times in one day.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's pretty fluid.
they did the right thing about trying to get things out there, and now they're just trying to fix it as they go along. And they said the scary thing that I've seen is there's no real, set in stone on how the payback is going to work, other than, hey, it's like 0.5% and it's due in 2 years. And so, if it's not being forgiven on something and you take out, $30K, better be prepared to pay back $30K in 2 years. So
yeah.
It's
Yep.
definitely fun.
Definitely a moving target. So Emil's going to try to give us as much current information as he has available. Because he, as a CPA, he was knee deep into their tax season.
Yeah.
Doing tax returns and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden that got put on hold. And he says, I haven't done a tax return in 2 weeks. I'm just working with my clients to figure this out. So, Valerie's talking about Tiger King here. I had to go back to this. I'm sorry, Aaron. Just grab a strong drink and buckle up for the train wreck you're about to see.
I mean, you can turn on that TV right behind you while you're working-ish, and just hear, because that's the thing, is it's going to suck you in. You're going to be like, what the hell did I just hear? And just turn around and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I could be, yeah. All right. Well, I'll do my best. I'm not really into cringe-worthy stuff, though. I'm not the type that sees a train wreck and goes, ooh, I have to look at that. I'm like,
it's like a train wreck of clowns. It's funny. You're just like, oh, look, they're juggling.
Oh, wait, one lost an arm. Okay.
It's back and work for like 3 days. The dedication of the animals.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so that's Saturday. Sunday we'll be back Q&A. Anybody want to throw out a time for us on
between
Sunday?
3 and 5?
Between 3 and 5. So we've hit this 4:30 spot. Seems to be doing okay, except for today. I'm just drinking water, not Captain today. So I apologize.
I had water. I said I might take a nap. I got it's snowy. I think we're doing leftovers for dinner, so I don't really need to cook anything or get anything prepped ready to go. Got I think one quote to finish up, so I might do that, and then I just might take a little snoozy. But since it being already after 5, ooh man, that might make me be up late tonight.
You take a nap and then wake up from your nap to go to bed.
Yeah. Yep. I have done that before, but there's really a lot of liquor involved in those times. Now it's just wake up and do this. So we'll probably I'm gonna try. My goal was to get the DVR cleared out of stuff that we needed to watch and get rid of, and so we finished up the last 5 weeks of Resident last night, where it's like, okay, let's just get this bang through it, and then it was like, oh, cliffhanger, season finale done. Let's just get it done. So doing that and working, it's a good quality fun time. Start a season with 5 episodes at 11 o'clock at night and go to bed at 2 in the morning. It was good times.
That sounds like a good time. All right, I am trying to get to. So one thing to note when we were talking about the intro videos and then all that kind of stuff, and that make sure that the music that you choose is not is free music, meaning that there's no rights to it, because Facebook will kick. They've got some algorithm that listens for music, some artificial intelligence thing built in, and they will kick your live stream off if you're playing music that is somebody else's. So if you decide you're going to play the Dance Monkey song or something like that, not heard of that one?
Dance Monkey.
Yeah, just go to your Alexa and say play Dance Monkey. So.
No.
All right, it's like Tiger King, but so yeah, just make sure that you find some safe
Dance Monkey.
Here we go. Don't get us kicked off.
Your music. Couldn't even find it.
All right. Well, I'll send it to you.
Okay, even better. Because I've got a whole, Joe Exotic's got tons of music out there, which you should totally listen to, and then you'll be good to go. Wait, Dance Monkey. If you play Dance Monkey,
no, I'm not gonna do that. No, let's get kicked off here. All right. No, I'm getting some closing music, so we take it out a little softer this
time. What if we sing? Is it good to softly sing?
I think our singing is bad enough that they won't recognize it.
They won't work that. Yeah.
Maybe you're a really good singer. I don't know. My singing, they would not recognize. So.
Nope. I can bust a rhyme if I need to, especially with I can play some give me some '90s rap and I'll throw down with you in some karaoke, but that's about as far as I go.
Dax said, my kids watched the entire season yesterday. Wow, Dax. I'm not sure I'm not sure how old your kids are, but I'm not sure my 8-year-old needs to be partaking in Tiger Kings. Todd?
Maybe not yet, but it'll be a good family. It'll be, like I told you, it was a good date night show. 5 hours of date night.
Oh man, I'm glad that Corey likes the same stuff that you do. That's good.
Yeah.
Aaron watches Tiger King. Todd works out.
That's the plan. That's tomorrow. When are you posting that tomorrow?
It's going to be up on Sunday. On the page, but we'll start on Monday morning, 9 a.m. So.
Monday morning, 9 a.m. That's okay. 9 a.m. Monday morning, man.
Running in Place is the first one, though, so that's fairly simple.
Kind of, unless you're a fat ass like me. Like,
hey.
Like, steady jog, trot, I don't know, man.
Jog, yeah. It's Running in Place. Okay. So, all right. I think we're good, Todd.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Out. We will be back here for. Oh, we didn't. You guys tell us what time we need to shoot for. There you go, Tina. Thank you.
I like 4. Let's go 4 unless it changes. 4. Let's go 4 on Sunday.
4 on Sunday. 4 o'clock on Sunday. It is. There we go.
Perfect.
Todd has spoken. And Tina. Oh, and special shout out to Tina. She sent over the image that I was able to put that thought bubble on. I'm still working on that. That was a good one. Yep, there you go. I'm still working on what you guys were amazing, the comments that were on that. So I need to figure out I need to find somebody that can make me a shirt. If anybody knows anybody.
Oh, I don't know who make your shirt. I was thinking on that a very swell idea is maybe we can as we're talking to you, because we got that tomorrow 3:30. We got Josh.
Maybe that's right. Well, I haven't heard from him, but yes, we're supposed
to HTV, and you could sub that onto a shirt, and we can put the chalkboard HTV in the bubble. Then we can just write on stuff. Yeah,
indeed. Tina says best pose ever. It was pretty awesome, and I was like, "Is it me?" That's so. Thanks to everybody. Renee texted me, and all good stuff. Cheers.
Woohoo!
All right.
Well, yeah, Sunday my internet should be good because the new modem is supposed to be here Saturday. So we'll see how that plays out.
Nice. All right, we're gonna close this thing out. Thank you guys. We will see you guys soon, and see you tomorrow morning on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow morning on Two Regular Guys over at facebook.com/Two Regular Guys.
Number 2.
See ya.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good beat.